Why, hello. And welcome to a very special playthrough of my favorite game of all time. In my opinion, one of the best games ever made. And to one of the most beautiful soundtracks ever composed. This is just the start of a wonderful adventure. So sit back, relax, and get ready. So there you have one of my favorite songs in the entire Final Fantasy franchise. The opening credits to Final Fantasy VII. Quite beautiful, no? Well, with that, let's start our new adventure, shall we? This is a playthrough long in the making, I suppose. I've been wanting to do something like this for quite some time. And with the recent announcement of, or teaser I should say, of the Final Fantasy VII Remake to be released at some point in the future, I figured it was a little more appropriate to celebrate such an occasion with a little playthrough of the classic. This is the PC version on Steam. I suppose you could say remastered. Slight enhancements here and there. The city of Midgar. In the world of Final Fantasy VII. Man, I love this game. There are a number of reasons as to why I love it. I mean, this is going to be a rather lengthy playthrough for those who aren't familiar with this game. Pretty long. So, over the course of the playthrough, I'll be talking about why I like it, why I don't like it even. What's wrong with it? I love this game. It doesn't mean I think it's perfect, but alas, it is my favorite. And here we go. Off the train and into battle. Right into the thick of it. I won't be talking too much throughout the playthrough, because the main reason for this playthrough is for those of you who have not played this game to experience it. Because I know that if you haven't played it, it's a bit difficult to pick up now. It is quite a bit dated. And I've been talking to a few people about this game who haven't played it before, and they said that they've been interested in playing it, but they haven't picked it up, and I completely understand why. One, it's a time dump. It's not a short game, especially on your first playthrough. And two, because of the dated graphics and mechanics. It's a bit more difficult to just hop right into on the fly. So, that's why I'm here. Primarily. Also because I genuinely enjoy this game. And I have really wanted to do a playthrough of it, record it and post it. So here it is. Destroying the Mako reactor, sucking the lifeblood from the planet. I'm not going to narrate all of these text boxes like this is an ebook or something. Because I figured this is a video. If there's something that I scrolled through a bit quickly, you can pause it and go back. It'll be there. But if there's some really important plot elements, I'll try and go over those. Look at Jesse's mouth, by the way, in the corner. I don't know why it does that. It's only in this remastered PC version did I notice it, but a lot of the character models have their mouths wide open for some reason. It's pretty awesome. One of the things I really enjoy about this game the most is the beginning. The introduction of the whole universe. There's no dull exposition that some character is narrating to you for 5 minutes to give you the background of the universe, and then you participate and whatever, and blah, blah, blah. No, they don't tell you anything. They're just like, here's a world. Here's a couple people. Go play it. Figure out what this is for yourself. It's a lot of fun. That was one of the biggest problems I had with Final Fantasy XIII when it came out. I tried it a little bit. I will say I can't give a fair assessment of the game because I only played a very small portion of it, because that was all I could stand, personally. But at the very beginning, it was just a character talking to you about whatever was happening in the world. And I was like, alright, cool. Introduced a couple characters. And then expected you to care and like memorize all of it and know what was going on. And I wasn't about that life. You know, I didn't have any reason to care. You asked me to care. I tried, I guess, but I didn't. I wasn't invested. But in, like, this game, for example, you get invested. You end up caring. Because you learn about all the important bits and pieces of the world through experience. You do it. That's especially true with the characters in your party. There are entire chapters of this game dedicated to a character that ends up joining you. You play through, essentially, their life story. And as a result, you become attached to them. You understand them. They mean something to you that they're in your party. It's awesome. I love it. And we will see that. We will see that. And here we go, coming up to the first boss fight. I was originally planning to play this using the modded version provided by the mod collection known as Tifa's Bootleg. And I installed the mods, downloaded them, installed them, did everything, worked wonderfully, looked great. I was super excited. And when I went to record, my computer just couldn't handle it. I tried numerous things. From adjusting the game specs to make it run smoother to adjusting my recording software, and just nothing worked, so we are left with the classic version, but you know what, that's okay. Still a fantastic game, and I'm still excited to play. One interesting thing I wanted to do, though, was install a particular mod known as... Oh, good lord. That didn't feel good. Known as... rather uncreatively reasonable difficulty mod. Which basically alters the difficulty of the game to make it slightly more difficult, a little more fun. From what I've read, not incredibly challenging. Not, you know, you're not gonna pull your hair out after you install it. Not like the hardcore mod that I've heard of, where you have to like farm for potions and stuff. Nothing like that, but I wanted to do it because the game is a tad on the easy side. Yeah, it's a lot of points. Because a lot of times you can sort of just brute force your way through enemies and boss fights and just attack, blah blah blah. Win. I see, I have to wait for his tail to go down. If I attack him now, he'll shoot at both of us and just wreck the party. And there we go. And there we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. First weapon of the game. Barrett's assault gun. 10 minutes. How long did it take me to get down here? Like 2 minutes? Actually, I'm just gonna take my sweet time. I've always been a little curious as to what happens if the timer runs out, because I've never seen it run out in all the times I've played it. But I'm never curious enough to actually do it. Because then I gotta go all the way back to the beginning. And, not worth the curiosity. Oh, back attack. Pro tip. Try to escape. Bloop. Not a back attack anymore. I was really hoping to be able to play the modded version, though, for the character models, because they looked so much better. Particularly in the roaming, I don't know what you'd call it, just this portion. You can see the lack of detail in them right now. They were much prettier, much easier on the eyes. And in the battle version as well. Oh, how the tables have turned. Shraw. Shraw, shraw. Now, this is a long game. It will be a long playthrough, but I will do my best to edit out as much of the fluff as I can, because like any RPG, there are times when things like grinding are necessary, repetitive side quests perhaps, monotonous I should say. And we don't need to see 100% of that. It's part of the reason why I'm doing this. So I can sort of streamline the whole process. For you. I had another playthrough of this going. That I've sort of been bumbling through here and there. Something I would pick up, you know, on a slow day or whatnot. I'm maybe halfway through the game, I would say. I won't give away any plot points or anything, but I look forward to playing through it again and beating it. I love beating this game. It's a great ending. Boosh. The terrorist group known as Avalanche strikes again. I do apologize though if I click through the dialogue a little quickly. It's just a force of habit after playing it so many times. But, to summarize, oh well, look at what we have here. A familiar face. Why, thank you. Wait, don't. Will I ever see her again? I don't know. Just kidding, we'll see her again. Don't you worry. Psych! Peace. So right now the party is heading back to their headquarters, located in Sector 8. After their successful mission, saving the planet. Thanks, man. That's what I think she's saying the whole time. Just So there was a bit that happened on the train ride. Nothing terribly substantial, just a bit of backstory of the city. Baird and Jesse both explained to you that Midgar is a city built on a plate. There's an upper city supported by huge pillars where much of the upper class lives. And in the lower plate, underneath, is the slums, which is where we are now. Poverty-stricken, polluted, home, sweet home. And next time we will see our home away from home and meet a new member of the party. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you later.